want to hop or call. Madam from credit cards. I say, a head job to more sardine. Yeah. You call DJ Castle, you know, my man. Yeah. The deep in yet the same say that little one. I'm not saying you sweat when you're out of ship. And you know, ticket or we in middle, pim. Dear me say, yeah, no me whoopa. Open something to be man. Me say, me don't want them, me don't want them, you know. Me tell me who them a coming now. Me don't want pim. Oh,
if I want so better me go. Now say I send me how I country me. No matter free when you want mama and it's smooth, me my wounds be. No me my any jerusu. So dani anuma, me dani anuma. Seni metinia, me bo pa ya kawoshi. Na say we see uma rewa me doni nyankoto ama warishimu secha ne muyo all the messy seni utibia me no oh me no so damn papa democrat me no Oh, baby, world. And it been a yet the sincere. Me no didn't my back like I tell you. Now they won't send me home. Baby, mama, wait the mommy and the jerusu. Me obonia and function why me nunya sewa and moping to why me adianya eya catching why now the ultra quino eya who's in the chacho oh jumped on a boy little Oh, you better. So down in Jata Boom, in the world. Oh, Minu Bear. So the Yanuma, Medani Anumebu, Sanya Matimia, Mebo by a Kawoshi. Now say we are the uma, rewa, but not in Yankoto, a mawarishimu. Set your Nimuyo. All the Sadia Sawa, now soon want to walk with the beer. Neither is rumor, but the one name a quarter of ye, Jojo. Adia Sawa, now soon want to walk with the beer. Neither is rumor. But you're quite good to play, Jojo. Billy World. Oh, Billy World. Minu Bell. Oh, Minu Bell. Oh, no, listen. Me the world. Oh, me the world. Me no bell. Adiepena, my friend, who I hold my true one is 1,000 times. Nansu and even country say Edum, who out of coverage area. I'm a mute, I mean, yeah. Adiepena. I'm coming in the focus, yeah, time free, yeah. Ain't you one pan way me, ain't me I'm pan way me say, soon I meant to quanta, oh, when him say we cancer, mommy, for a whooping. When him say we cancer, me who say whoop a craw, me tremble. When him say we cancer, me shall some craw, me shall manchiano. That's my ambia, me to you. Me best me to one more time. Me best me to winning. Hey, bien. Me be quiet, perfume, and a little rich tree. Me best would come once again. A deep and rank a truck, a Syria, me cry. Serna traffic like no soldier. Nansu, I drink tea. Me drinks and see me tremble. Oh, I dip it I'm connecting it just from Apatoa. Anka, me talk us to from I take check swagger. I'm welcome to him. You say, I want to say, mommy, so tired being you say, okay, send me better so you can cry. Need tremble. You say, okay, send me share some cry. Me shred my cup, hello. Should I was saying me? Me best me to it one more time. Me best me to hey, yeah. Me be quiet now, perfume, and only a rich tree. Me best me to Casadena. Me best me to was in me beside me sorry why you cook us way. Me beside me sorry come me software anyway. Me beside would tell me once again. Hey, why not? Why not? Mati Piashira, Lord of mercy, yeah. Mati baby, yeah. Oh, where you? Mati Piashira. I can't be there. My new dog set up free.
Hey.
Well, hey, hey.
Ebusia for your mama kwaba. Your mama jo mama kwaba. And then the 21st day of August 2024, you have the only sir, the only knighted radio presenter in the whole of the diaspora, Papa Abeeku Nyanka, Malandi Waha. You can also call me Feroz, Sir Papa Abeeku, also known as Feroz. Meaning my pound 4 and there yet the Nkomohnkitnkiti. It's a bit ranchy, but it's very important. So what tune in? I'm a patch up. So when you move your wakara, wakasa wakara, when you move your wakara, preteen, and I said teen age. Somebody anafa was so for family and that another. Nkomo ye bedi no emu odru ye ankasa.
So the gram was up back coming minimum. Not down so come to me, bro. All day, when I need one, no.
I repeat, you have the only say on radio, and the molest yamin shroud for the Bakus me who saw what my one and only Mami Gold. Osusume who saw what Mami, and then you are the first person to comment. Why are they yamin shroud? A patch of a wolf show we are. Yes, answer commenting. Na share, na like, na unim senia show sa etumi eboa nkofo. Nko awutia oya selfish. Especially the topic for tonight.
Well, all day. Adoba meka wasim sembi metunyum dede diadida wo udavre emi makume mo adoma kuma tofia yeta fremwa ensanda eni tekreme adoi midi etwenu do you wepwe adokesi biswa treme amama dwe di chimshia Chimchiwana besiso and you right but on a dinner who are benti back up me uchio I tell you bro I did when I knew I know want me take from my home hey I tell you when I knew I know want me take from my way sit me never walk on over. Me never walk on over. Oh, me never walk.
Father Bakus, it was nice seeing you once again this weekend. It was New Jersey and Bright Yakoye Ghana Music Awards USA, the 5th edition. If you're enjoying this song, may Kyle say November. Kojo, the maestro himself, Oba New York, for Edinkra, Lollycash Edinkra Heroes Awards. The Pacho Unto ticket a Bomodiana Joe ticket, kama. It's going to be a night to remember.
And you write me no pen walk on no bar. Niatini dinsa. Otobenya miche. Benani wano. All day. Me no pen walk.
London, what did you use that? Why already so big one? I'm so low, be As obi ebie bibi so akere wo.
Mami good.
But you say
Mami good. Sorry.
Where Mediana?
Opa ma obia na say o jia ma ho. O pese obo mo obia na say o pese o jinyu.
Both of the two of them.
Emmanuel Abuaji also share fi Dallas, Texas. In fact, Mami Gold, we need baby oh, but at least I think you said it the last time it's wrong. If you want can. Father Marcus Oshe fi Texas. And then the Texas for they take you over.
India no great papa bebre ne ho ase okay.
Nana ama kumwa. Sorry. Now was in a confused more. Maybe you kumwa. Nana, me pede mazi who's in which is which. You are missing all the event. You missed out on the boat ride. You missed out on Abuze experience. You missed out on a Abuze na ye Connecticut. Sinyim, Ninyim, then miss out on Kente Dinner Dance, Lolly Cash Kente Dinner Dance, Bado, October 18th and 19th. At Zamzwabe Connecticut. Auna Nama. For Connecticut, one and I'm a two no. When you know, so when you know, Jumps will be different on. What's in your honor? Odmanko Oba, so Odmanko was well you pa.
But I say
Odmanko board, you know, Bobian in India, what dear wine.
Odmanko, but just let what say. Say So don't you say nipa bia who fall in love in different stages or abrab. So you say na dey no we be some asem na me ya no na asem we be enyum love. Nu ana me ho atem.
I don't need one meeting, no. Only one missing table. Only one is so anchor man. Only one is someone. Yeah.
In fact, Mumbani Mbo Munkomode. Missy so pesa woti enyum way and more on the 30th of November 2024 at New York. Lolly Cash in collaboration with Edinkra Multimedia at the Heroes Night of Excellence Award. And representing is the maestro himself, the King of Kings, the romantic of all romantics of Ghana music, Kujo, or representing a WhatsApp program nasi. Namaste, okay.
Actually, Oba kwa janti nyuma nene jama ya bu. Mungu ni. That's dra we kwa joko kwa we disen ya.
Akusia say
Le disen, o za sab na ka wenu. Na so abe kenyampa.
o say oboma o.
Me se me bonyu na ma wan.
Wow, utie no.
Any wa uti any hello. Hello, Mr. Leatherton. This song is for you. So we should sumu pa na enyu bo pa na obi anotale wa so ho na ni bi se oba bi na o say talk to me hey me ka za NkomohNkitnkiti so ye we ana ameyo
Pray.
Missy. Hey, Missy.
Mr. Nathan Price. Yes, and they are birthday. Happy birthday.
And you're not happy birthday, say Nathan.
He's very instrumental in all Ghanaian events. Ekoso our neighborhood. Nampacho binim non kanchen so nim. Na kiti dance me huno.
Hey,
no mungamu.
Any problem and come in. Hey,
Nathan, with all due respect. Second dinner dance one by me no mungamu. But to be team me no nimuna.
But you have to every command of my wife.
Say the only sir on radio in the whole of the diaspora. Say Papa Abeeku, aka
Thank you.
Pharaoh. Me say,
Thank you.
Sekente dinada wamba meneno mungamu. Bebe be shebia on site. Yes. I say a Gideon.
I think it anyway. For cool count top of your book. For be better. Right.
Na nipa ba ko wamba kente dinner dancer jiso dwane. Jiso okoja asylum or different planets. Jiso ofiwiase ha. Jiso
na mbato mpese bibi so asem kakra bi we ya igbeni ana
Mami Gold.
Pato ya igbeni.
So ni mai before we.
Na threat bebrebe ye.
Ya mo tumi ye nyina minimo.
Ankara mi ka say bi anke ye ne ya ade na.
I know them. I know I have connections.
Yeah, we are ready. But the media threat the fa ho be. Oh.
Oni mansam na anti bebre a fo musuban.
Ah.
Oni ai before so na anti. Kukwa baby obi aye chia.
Hi cool.
Invitation for the Bacchus, not your ordinary doctor. Also see chia. Sarah SB. Baby obi aye chia. Na day a day. My very immediate past ex, Queen Mother Crobia.
Hey.
Yes, the very immediate past ex.
Immediate past. You're the agent in Cherry.
Yeah.
That's all.
And to Missy no over him. Missy over him.
Don't you want any be more shame?
Hey, the very best will show you do. Or Titi will.
Missy ye chio. Why ye it's briefy. Aye. Briefy. Na ye be a lawyer from one kind of briefy.
Okay, you the last one. More you can go forward, Bridget. No, when you find me, come on.
No, Papa, me you be one more. Daddy, anu me. You mean everybody? Yeah. Papa, the way you mean and baby away to some more. You are then canon. What about you for Makada? Eda mu baby, or 2 feet. Article junction to down so much. Ina manama na chop a drinking baby with you. No microphone war but the me brother me catsin steps you by any Isa. Article junction to down so well how the check it. Oh yeah, many minutes.
Couple distance. That
better it's you me de bia mata. No me out. Oh, if I say I'm afraid and the one that we are mobile.
That's a correct to say nipo.
I'm glad you want to say the pampa. Hey, Miss Yo, say the pan or come on it. Boy,
You only one trotro, 2 cities away.
men are me catch or taxi me fire. That's my junction. I drew. And your laptop put a not you. Say, you hey, go down in town. Well, El Cuckoo, I meet you, be matter. Cuckoo, I meet you.
Johnny Woody, I drink me, and me also connect to me. My people, I love it, but I can't. Although who bet by Dania, Miss in the wood, and Miss Uriah, Miss in the wood. Okay, I know people, that's a woman, my name is Chico. I know that all the miracles and my Miss Raina said, well, Joseph, I am my people. I don't bet my all
This past weekend, there was an epic event at New Jersey. Another one right after the Abuze experience. You catch them said this year they are back-to-back nonsense, non-stop nonsense. Missy, it was really nice. Friday, you become more. Now, you share videos, kakra, you can highlight the highs and the lows. And to Bombardier, make a date with us on Friday. If you missed out and you want to know what happened.
All the miracles and my from you. Miss Raina said, well, Joseph, I'm born to be I am my people. I don't bet my opinion. Although they're my opinion. Miss in the wood, and Miss Uriah, Miss in the wood.
And then your topic in a mood, Papa. But I think it's a very important topic. Something that we don't like to talk about, but it's very real. It's as serious as a heart attack. It's the signs and symptoms of sexual abuse in children. By children, in fact, we're going to focus more on the preteens and the teens. How can we prevent this from happening? And if a fire in what are the signs and symptoms to look out for? And you better take it off. So we want everybody to relax, sit back, and then Edgerman some one Edibe Kakabe film dear, NkomohNkitnkiti na TV Kakabe film. But this is a very thought-provoking topic. It's not a very, very exciting topic, but it's very, very real. Now, before you bet what you may deal with, so no, me send a message. Emma Honorable Nathan Price. Now, more munim no. Person me didn't the whole world. Say, this is Honorable Nathan Price. And then a birthday. Into me pacho obi a bia on type happy birthday, Mr. Nathan Price. Now, Mr. Price, this message goes to you directly. I have seen you in every event this year. I've seen you at the Abuze experience, at the one we just did this weekend. If you don't know, and you don't know, and
Now you know.
and you miss High Life Dinner Dance
It will.
coming on October 18th in Virginia, Mr. Price, you and me in this America here, Mungamu, wherever I see you, it will be on site. With Pacho, try and make it. Guys, please wish Mr. Price happy birthday for me. Ekuya, Pacho, what do you have to say to Mr. Price in case he misses High Life Kinted? Oh, he won't miss though. But what do you have to say to Mr. Price? Today is his birthday.
Oh, me say me wish you happy birthday. I wish him long life, more success, and more strength to play the guitar. Because I see that he enjoys playing it. And unyame onto ne nkwa na ofa mfi ni bi nka ne ho. Na woni emi hu ne nana nka so anom. Na omusumbo guitar so no anonye. Na mmom.
I like the
mmom. Ne mmom ne kwakrakra nyina ne se.
So nim
Mr. Say Honorable Sergeant Corporal Honorable Mr. Nathan Price, please, with all due respect, any asema me beke inti that me pa say Saturday no ya de pa nemum Uncle Price so ye for you or ye for you na October 18th
and 19th.
Etofa somawa na we mpie Virginia Mountain so a
big problem incoming.
Problem ma me nu benya nukure yi mu no. Basana me san ka so wo fa asemi na me ka sei. Na me san chro se so yefo ye o. Na wunnim. Na mist. Ebe de. Uncle Nathan, we wish you a happy birthday. Hopefully you make the time to come enjoy a High Life Dinner Dance this year and Pacho calendar so and make it a date and then come. Why we about sorry. I'm gonna say no, Debbie, Uncle Nathan there, Debbie, Yaminti. Yeah, if you your book guitar, yeah, Yaminti. Means some nan come de beshen on to side. Okay. Aye. Uncle Nathan. Happy birthday. Why?
Thank you. Ako, but your wish Uncle Nathan happy birthday, number one in mommy.
Birthday.
Wish Uncle Nathan happy birthday, mom. Now we are in 10 warning. We can take dinner dance. Wow, mom.
Could be or I did. I'm me. Mama no warning.
Jerry show.
Uncle Nathan, but your happy birthday. I. But your man Kofi wa kebiara. A chow areni. Man can't minimum washi. Say woods in one deal. But your
On biscuit dinner. I'm near Patch.
name won't carry as a Srazana, Mrs. So uncle. But your moments ne. For one who show. One who from my come for bra ata bra 18th you be bra 19th beginning ata I was able to put them guitar put never sopa ya ye bofu na mmom mankofo akeke ze echewale nyi biom ma ga se poma mu bom ze Daavi B man ka ho menyim ho hwe
Nti wamba yenja no monko.
oh bazo baba chama me ze chopa ma won nonsense okeke nyala I'm ma pare cho sisi on obo chara am no be nye de bia won yeah, what can I do? But happy birthday to you, sir. May you continue to grow stronger. Guitar is on pro. You show one pana. Next thing I mean, I don't GME. Me you want to say what compound ne? Album 1 or 2 this thing. Yeah. Numbers I am as I. Yami show I.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay.
Now,
yes, responded. Now I'm happy.
I respond.
Now I'm happy. I'm happy.
Nanka se pona sa no shazi na posumege damu ya. Alright, uncle. No, uncle, was pambe, better, sorry. Okay, yeah.
One more chance.
Nipa minu. Nanka unanka nipa minu ama uone anka obepe third party aka ho. I don't think Uncle Nathan wants that into yeah.
Doesn't want that trouble.
No, what
Because
no company be, uncle.
or hete ni emesi kona. I was Debbie. Let me just succumb to this idea. Trust not to say.
Sana uncle, well, supervisor, and will shada. Ha. Uncle.
You guys know he used to have dreadlocks.
Oh, the man, it's on an order here.
I tell you.
Yeah, that's
I tell you.
You need dreadlocks or a neat, Papa,
Yes.
Ooh.
Why didn't any pain?
Yeah.
I didn't need pay on.
Wait, you say,
Actually, brutal.
Nothing, no Oguso. Always.
Just wait, I'll see you again.
I'm saying, I'm on this bomunisimu.
I tell you. I tell you, Nana, we should happy birthday, man.
I could. The Edika and say, yeah, the chopper be Musama, yeah, and call out money and so and call out in the uncle say, oh, dear, buffo, Edio Machia,
suckers.
Buna, Omumwa, the penny for to name more them.
Uncle, but I mean, I bet I ain't what we in July. I am your break your one
Suckers.
Suckers.
Yes,
Uncle, more Sibia, no, after any to Yankopo name. For one
therefore, we were all managed what other.
Now, from so you know, factor you free. Sorry,
Monso.
Because only Uncle Labby money and swadi. And yet,
as if you don't get it, forget about it.
Oh, and yeah, Sanka, Sana, officer, yeah, no, your dear Unia. In fact, Obia catch you, forget it. That's it. That's it. Uncle forget it. Why forget it? So what did say? Yeah, better, yeah, no. Yeah, you can be careful. I can go ahead and go.
Forget about it.
Uncle, when you are an angel, you
and Uncle forget here. Why? Sadia forget here. And see why my program now report yourself to the nearest police station.
That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear.
Kevin almost over.
And so I'm the nearest prison crowd me report to. So
Never pay you never in you went uncle not to put a macanana. In that day, you boy, then all to one of them say, hi.
Obo Fujana.
Your mother say, yeah, from us so from for cry. Tomorrow weekend, you put me in Danto, my father made that.
Oh, Pimunum platform that is
I mean, I'm a
the
control. Share.
Pina Casa.
And why do I say one bullshit to the one from Quachu? I want them so. Yeah, ready to cry.
Uncle Natty there.
With Nathan, we love you. Thank you very much
Yama,
for
Wodapa.
everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
Eda, ye knew say I was a nipa, ye man nipa da sending any J. A da, a fair qua probeto. And which a massa. Bibian will be a my bell, Fabio. Yama Wodapa. Enjoy dating. Ya, dear, a dear samba, a
Akaniaka. All
Akaniaka.
right, so
It's a life can dance no yebishia.
after all this threat, one baza and channel now, so Chadom please.
Now, Papa, me patcho, my main fat me de in Kabubima, I quabna siama senka on Kanchamu. But the Miama bed, ya men fa quenya wish na me fan to my fa her life can dance no. The Srani de Ma say Momubi Nimu, Nipa bear 6 Mranti om who had yon bit my swam up a came. Munya sa
At this point,
metra pakam na bentino epimranti ombeswa me
baby over top can mo fa nipa nka ho why
oh
Virginia
also aya nya abotre asa di baby a uni abotre kra
baby
akwa bacho aya mumbuse bise mamwai
okay yeah see baby sabo Uncle Nathan
happy birthday mumbuse mame.
All right, let's jump in. And first of all, my memo will be Aquaba. Equia Aquaba, baby or baby aboko so far.
So far, so good.
Nice. Okay. Later na ye no Nkomo. But na one kasa nkosa so e hu ye.
Enye papa bi asa o. But na me siase.
Be okay. Who say later me fro na yaka. Who say asmo me catch no. You see what happened eventually. When you listen to good counsel, that's what happens. You never know. Just
Hey, kuraba betie.
Be happy in what you want to do, and everything will fall in place.
One place, yeah.
You don't have to worry about anything. Anyway, Ako.
Yes, sir.
Martin could do you be 3 a.m.
That man, sister, I'm wasting your one pair than a mum. No moon to.
Now private jet.
Thank you for the way so sweet.
You're welcome. See, yes, can third than I'm will contribute to private jet more. Then you don't have to worry about your flights and all that.
But then we share Mujra for 5 hours.
God and country. It for yes, Ramwa, Momboniana, Moon share. Idea with my share, like, comment. Na into me in 5 this year program. Now, also, Yamo Aquaba. I hope so, baby.
Yeah, man.
Ja Rastafari.
Oh, so far, there. Continue for a bit of my DPID. And I'm on wine a crown. It's your economy. Media economy, Neko.
I said, Kimpaluta, Ekoye, Mama. Okay.
Yes, Papa.
Ekoye, Papa. Okay. Yati. Yeah, that's it. Augustine Boati was so sharing fee. Masi Atonsu Agogo. Hey, Augustine, every week, who's the same location? You, Yati. Now the baby
Sabre Atonsu Agogo.
Now the baby
Next week, yet, have no back to say free, free, you should talk on mine.
I've come a betifi.
We are no do a nkoko, no do a hing if I day.
No, no, the baby, yeah, befanis, Abuze, or snada, where guy, crowd, or guy out there too much. Asembe Krani. Martin Asamoah watching us from New Jersey. Martin Mwakwaba. Me who said Princess Ajua Kwachi, so I logging in. You are clocking in one time. Mr. Ekogabra also are clocking in. Yadamunyina asi. Okay, so let's dive right into our show. And you may, I was thinking, what can we talk about? We've talked about so many things, and then it clicked me. Say, hey, now the year. Let's talk about this topic. Some people might have personal experience that they may or may not want to share, or they know some other experiences. Look, some of these things are very important, especially for your own qualify no move do sastage and also move do that. There are some things that we can visually assess before we get into the verbal aspect of it. And so the moment you share video way real quick, you rea nafe yaba na ebe di honkomo. Nti mama meba.
Hi, I'm Kathy Cassidy, a clinical forensic therapist, and today's video is a continuation of the other 3 videos about symptoms of sexual abuse, but this will be more towards the preteen and teenager, which is really a tough description for me to give you of symptoms to look out for, because parents and caregivers know that this is a tough age anyways. Remember, you guys, what I'm telling you is not a science. Some of the things I'm going to mention, a lot of teenagers just have in general. I don't want you to see that symptom and be like, oh my gosh, the video said this, 911. It's not that. There's never a 911 unless your child was raped. Then you're gonna, who cares what anything says, you're gonna go. Or if you feel like that or they report it, you're gonna go straight to the emergency room. With teenagers, because they're a little complicated, and preteens because of their hormones, what these symptoms you're going to possibly see, and you're gonna look out for isolation, which we all know teenagers like to be in their bedroom, but it's going to be a little darker. Their mood has been different. In teenagers, it will usually come out more crabby. And this is tough because teenagers are crabby and they're moody and all of these things. Your job as a parent is always to know your child. Know your child. It's important that we know our children. We know their personalities. So when you see that suddenly they, normally are out with you or the family, depending what the household is like, and then suddenly they're not coming out of their room anymore. Suddenly they're not eating or they're overeating. You can ask them, how did you sleep last night? There's going to be more conversation involved in identifying symptoms with a teenager. You're keeping this mental file of your child at all times. If you do still do their laundry, it's the same as the littles. You want to notice, is there anything going on? I'm not saying to go hunting for their underwear, because that's weird too. But if you notice anything, you notice, if you have a daughter or a son, you notice an odor coming from them, take them to the doctor, find out what's going on. What is the odor from? Bladder infections, yeast infections. With boys, they can also get infections. If you see them scratching their private areas, their genitalia, their bottoms, take them to the pediatrician. You don't need to be the investigator, because that could be traumatizing as well. So this is just such a fine line, especially in this age group. You don't want to instill fear, but you also want to, keep this open communication and letting your kids know. Your kids specifically are avoiding a family member, neighbor, anyone. As I will say in every video, nobody is exempt from sexually abusing your child. If you notice that your son doesn't want to hug grandpa or grandma, or doesn't want to go to that babysitter anymore, or doesn't want to go to his friend's house anymore, suddenly Pay attention to that. It might not be sexual abuse, but it might be. And women abuse just as much as men abuse. It's just not talked about as much. And boys are sexually abused just as much as girls are. Never force your child to hug people or kiss them or sit on their lap if they don't want to at any age, regardless of how the other person might be hurt. This is how you're going to instill boundaries. But for the sake of this video, pay attention to who they're avoiding. On the same hand, pay attention to who they're clinging to. If they always want to be with grandpa or grandma, and make sure that you're trying to speak with them in a neutral, comforting tone versus an angry, shameful, or accusatory or fear. So the way that you react to things, the way that you respond to things is crucial in identifying abuse and also healing abuse. A lot of parents don't actually want to know about abuse. And whether people find that surprising or totally understand it, that's the truth. Because once the caregiver or parent finds out that maybe their wife or husband was the abuser, or their grandma or their grandpa or whoever, that means they're gonna morally need to make a change. And a lot of people don't want to make a change, or they're not in a situation financially to make a change. So they live in denial, knowing or having a very good feeling that their child's being abused. I hope you don't do that, and I hope you mostly talk with your kids. Be aware of their physical symptoms. Be aware if they're isolating, if they're going into some sort of depression, if they're acting out sexually, if you notice they're being very promiscuous, being sexual with a lot of people. Yes, it's common, but that doesn't mean it's normal. So you want to check in with them. And it might not always be sexual abuse, but it's definitely stuff that you want to step in as a parent. The blood, any infections, if you can't get a hold of your pediatrician, go to the emergency room. It's better to be safe than sorry. It's better to protect your kids and intervene as soon as possible. For the sake of this video, pediatrician, first stop. If they're not available, can't hurt to go to the emergency room. Next step, get a therapist. And make sure if you get a therapist that you specifically make sure they are experienced in sexual abuse, because it can easily be missed. It's missed by a lot of doctors, a lot of healthcare professionals, a lot of teachers, a lot of parents. So therapists, make sure you're seeking out someone who is skilled and has knowledge of how to handle that, and they will be your guide. So that's it for today's video. Feel free, it's impossible for me to cover everything, and there's not always black and white, and I hope you guys understand that. Leave your questions and comments respectfully below. I'll do my best to answer whatever I can for you, and that's it. So I'll see you at the next video. Thanks.
Oh, kasa jai why na when you two na wakasa why?
Boy. Nameka said that is our introduction to our topic. Me who baby kwa me fan starting fee, but let me do this. Okay, what would you apart from science where lady can, unless you want to talk about onankasane science in the first and then maybe add yours, what are some of the signs that as parents we should look out for or be a little concerned or wary about when our kids exhibit those signs as far as sexual abuse is concerned?
I'm trying to. Also, you are kolebi over unipana. Uhuna no a started or they say body ho. Like or show ni pakono, not they say body ho. And I say usu crap say or baby baby unipakono.
Okay, so for just for the purpose of this topic, I want us to focus on like the pre-teens and the teens.
Like it's either say who said the lady said it's obey clingy to the person, and I think say sometime back now a will be cast story be share me say I think say a movie you say a story you said no baby the uncle who said then say no ni akwala da for so many years who said then and something Canada will say hey what now ubia story be saying and she later girl no I think say the uncle ne ewu you soldier hoko you said then she ended up committing suicide
Because now why so connected to the
yeah
uncle.
why so connected
No.
why Ose
So only no or
I
feeling
will
great.
feel that will feel the absence of Onipano and she's feeling rejected so be a man attention be a man of way now. First of all, because none of my many papa no, I think so no no omu ye juma nti they were never there nti sa ne uncle no eyem se ne papa news one of them back mu back nua na mu gya akwala ne man no nti no start so ne akwala ne they so obefa out as a girl boyfriend and girlfriend but omu nye ma omu hu so and also see one of the things that you know obehwe and obehwe onipa ne body language when the person comes into the room or come closer. So wunni mu ba no pa ubehu ne niye bi ebesesa and so you be am when that when you might be able to pick on some of these things but niema no kind one of I mean they are the top ones ubetimi dia kan intem and obi so ho akola bi ho bi obefia no de nsa be ko like wo de nsa wo say ko ho no like you cringe so what you say because of it's because we be an hoye ne ya and that's all you saw don't say ko be an trigger bibi
Okay, so I guess you've given us a lot of signs and symptoms and focusing on and nkasa like baby akwara kind of level no they deal mostly with actions and they don't talk much but okay what do you mean
I
say
don't know say okay can make up a I
kind of
don't know say a while back I think say when a WhatsApp started palm na there was this brony minim say and the boss said ni so said they minim say ebia akwala ne maame na recording no EPA ya say every time e bia obewro akwala ne diaper no na ode ne be ma etwitwi akwala ne ase sabia enti say ne papa ba na osesa ne osesa ne diaper no de ne nsa kire ne papa ho no so de ne nsa so kire ne ho or the nsa no de nsa enti I think say one of them put a hidden camera there and no who said the omo de ya ye de ye akwala no because that wasn't their kid I feel all of a sudden no or point it no so or you we no into meaning there's something that they need to look at who's abrofo bi o very very particular and careful up when it comes to their children into so you be different we kakra bi no nim so bi na ehwe na so bi timi the cameras akwa na bi create me the camera and answer recorder crash mama school bag mu kukuti some teachers neka so what you say enti no how na the parents somebody who says bibi say the air koso nti and nkwala nketen they are non-verbal no that's some of the things that you can see and who ni pakusi bia no start no wosu akola bi ho ani wo fa bi buna ma onya hu ni wo fa na no atue so nti ni wo fa na so ni musa ma e bi anya ade bi a wo pe but hu ni pe na ne yema hye no ana so hu ni pe no start no wosu but once bi dia be ka say bi afan wa e bi but to so a you need to be careful you need to be vigilant.
okay so I have a few non-tree speaking friends who are also watching so You're trying to mixing, saying where they can follow what we are talking about. Ako, your take on signs and symptoms of
Okay.
sexual abuse in
Okay.
children.
So when it comes to the particular topic, like you said, it's very deep. But I want to start by saying, whoever is listening, all you parents out there who is like you all listening to us tonight, I want to say kudos to you because parenting is not a joke. If you have a child who has been abused or whatnot, we're here to learn. We're here to encourage you. We're here to tell you that we support you and not to blame you. I just want to issue that disclaimer, you know, from the beginning, because then some people might feel that they're guilty of this, that, that. You know, I know things run through people's minds, but we get it. Okay, okay. I would say I get it. It's not a joke. There's no way you can ever be too careful in taking care of your child. Like the lady in the video said, it can be anybody. It can be your spouse. It can be the child's own father. It can be a stepfather, it can be an uncle, it can be a grandfather, grandma. Boys are also being molested. It can be that close female friend that you have that comes to your house and sees your son as a young teenage boy coming up and be doing, oh, you're cute, da 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 da, oh, you're my husband, all those silly comments. I don't take them lightly. It's not a joke for me. So I just want to say kudos to you all, and it's none of any of you's fault that your child has ever been abused or molested or whatnot. Moving forward, what are the signs? I think the lady said something about when your child starts to isolate themselves from you, right? They stay in their rooms, they don't talk much because we are looking at the preteens. Is that not right? The pre-teenagers and those
17.
teenagers, right? So not the little babies that cannot speak up.
I mean,
Okay,
I think
so
we
I
can
mean, okay, we
add
can go all around. Okay,
everything, but yeah.
so they stay they keep to themselves. They don't talk much. When they see these people, they don't. Sometimes so you see everybody and what happens when they go through all these trauma or whatnot, sexual abuse, molestation. Some keep to themselves. Some too become very clingy, right? They kind of build attachment bond with these people, and they are always around them. They want to see them. So these things we need to look out for. I think she mentioned checking your child's underwear. With that, and I don't know if s- you all heard what she said. Do not make it obvious that you're checking your child's underwear. When you do that, you know how these kids are. Like you want to tell them you don't trust them, and that could also lead to a whole lot of things, right? So pay attention to your child. When you see stuff, you have a conversation, sit down, chit chat, ask them where it's coming from. I think you should be more friendlier. And with this, even today, go talk to your child already, even though they have not come to you telling you somebody has touched them or abused them. Just open that conversation up and let them know that they can come talk to you about anything or everything. And that not that you're trying to paint anybody black, but human beings are human beings and anything can happen. Because she mentioned uncle can do that, daddy can do that, stepdad can do, stepmom can do, aunties can, grandmas, grandpas, uncles, whatnot. So let's just have that conversation with our poor innocent children. That's about it. Papa, and some children also speak up. Now, say you call Ghana. Where you go to tell your parents or somebody you think you trust that you've been touched, then now it's about maybe it's early in Ghana, so some of you, maybe the Ghanaians that watch us, those that live in Ghana, somebody might be listening. Please stop this thing of we and Penin 7. Okay, let's stop that.
mpanism so baba no ne woka sebe sex ho asem so be attached no be edi no tanya mane na be attached inappropriately. Don't tell that child mpanism to shush. We mpani for them. I don't have so dim komo etisa. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. These are the things that we do to children, and they're not able to tell us who is molesting them, who is sexually abusing them. Listen, through these conversations, sometimes kids also overthink these things and might think, say, uncle or something, just even a hug or a touch means something bad. So having a conversation will rather help you understand your child better and you can educate your child more. Let's cut it. Please, let's cut it. But I think so far that is all I can say for now. They say you call forward that maybe moving forward we can, I don't know, we
Okay.
can open up some few stuff, but for now
Yeah,
I think
you touched on something that is very essential, and I want Equia to I want to have her take on it. What are some of the things that Yankasa as parents, we kind of overlook, and that also or we some energy that we give off that also prevents our kids from coming to us to give us vital information of this nature. What are some of the things that you advise parents to avoid doing to
I
encourage?
mean,
But before then, no,
tell-
Mamema Equia, Efia Kunedu Yadom, Efia Emwakwaba.
Say when when they tell you say something is going on, you tell them, so okay, you resolve it, maybe a first one waka, it never got resolved. That be I say be some corona baby, nothing ever gets resolved. On feel it, say you got her back or his back. Into my carrying be. Into those things, and we need to avoid. We need to stop doing that. Say bibi na esi ukwan say bi akona untimi nko school mu akwana say baby untimi nkwa, just a phone call to make inquiries, So she will know, say, like teacher will say, yes, your mom called to inquire about this, or your dad called to make inquiries about this. So those are we shouldn't just say we're okay, we'll take care of it, and we don't.
Now, Akusi also made
so
mention of a very important thing that happens a lot in our Ghanaian society.
Right.
Where Akura no
Whenever
mabe-
you go, you get abused, and they tell you, oh, you're coming because something is bothering you. Yeah, you'll be shut down immediately. We shouldn't shut our kids down. We should listen to them because we want to know every and anything that is going on with them. So, not shutting them down is more or less like don't gaslight them. Don't make them feel, validate their feelings. However it is that they're feeling, validate their feelings, and then, hear them out. By
and the
hearing them
crazy
out, you're
part
okay.
is
validate.
So
some parents even make their child feel like it's their
It's
fault.
their fault.
yeah.
That's what I'm
So
saying. It's their fault. Don't
uh-huh.
make a child feel like that. You
We
understand me? That's why you
uh-huh.
validating. That's why you should validate their feelings. Don't
Uh-huh.
make them feel, say, whatever it is that they're telling you, it doesn't make sense or you don't even care. No, make them feel comfortable enough to tell you and believe. Say, yes, my parents got my back. Don't dismiss. We shouldn't dismiss our children. We shouldn't, especially the generation that we're in now. No, 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 no. The generation that we're in with social media and everything that is going on, when your child comes to you, don't ignore it. And especially if it's something coming from school, something coming from social media and all those things, please, as parents, let's not ignore these. We should listen to our children, validate their feelings.
Hmm. Ako,
So
I
Papa,
think you're
I
trying to
want to
say
say,
something.
this. For me, naturally, I, I, I try my best to communicate, right? not necessarily with children, but that's how I communicate. Let's say you're a very close buddy of mine. Maybe I don't have the time to talk to you. Maybe something is going on with me. When you cross my mind, I can quickly send you a text and say, hey, you're on my mind. But this, that, I hope you're good. At the right time, we'll talk. So what I'm trying to say is, let's say a child comes to you and say, mommy, this, that, honey, or whatever you call that child. It's not that I don't trust you, but I'm trying to get to know what you're saying. How you see, there's a way to bring stuff out of a child. Like AJ is saying, do not just ignore that child. Let them know, even from time to time. If let's say the incident happened today, the child came to talk to you. You were busy, maybe you had an errand to run, you had to go somewhere, you have to go to work. You come back, you should make that your priority to sit that child back down. If your child has a phone, text them. Honey, what you told me this morning, I have not forgotten about you. We're going to talk about it, or I am going to attend to it. Not that I've forgotten about you. I think these kind of text or this kind of messages, or just trying to tell this person you have them on they're on your mind, it gives some relief, right? At least they know you care. Say maka so much or say bibi ha me weeks on kasa on respond here. And I feel like a lot of people tend to do that. To them, they will attend to it. But whenever, I don't think that is right. It doesn't work for a lot of kids. Oh, I still have whatever you told me at the back of my mind. I got you. I'm going to take care of it. So if it take you 20 days, 1 month, 2 weeks, whatnot, mabofra ninti asiye say asem no ka kire wo no eho hia wo, and that e wo wadwene mu. Ebia emere na wunyaye, you are working on it, and as soon as you can, no, you get back to them. And you ya papa, I had a long conversation with my 2 little ones, which the older madam is gone already. So these 2 ones, 10 and 12, about to be 13. We had a long conversation talking about chlamydia, putting your mouth on people's private part, because these are the things that people do to kids. Sebi panin bi sebi ni tiri mu odin betimi ache wo baba kona bi wo baba makoraka ede ne be ma hye nenum asemu anu hye bat ye beka no de hye nenum e be shock you nipa kro yare bi woni ho wa ma oba no chlamydia it can affect your throat. Unim baby oba no kofa ata ye ne nipa kro akita wanya chlamydia e woni throat, like because panin fun bi sebi ede ne be ma hye abofre num ana o de hye ne ho. So as a minim say you be nkomo we enyume matter you did over 30 something minutes, and they were all looking at my face. Oh my God! Oh how? I'm saying yes. Please don't. Nobody, not in school, nobody at church, and a young man who say you really feel people. I sorry, yes, people are so nice to kids at church, as if they like them. But trust me, there are bad people everywhere. There are bad people everywhere. So me, I have a meeting. I have a conversation at the dining table when I get home on time. Sometimes when I travel and I come home, the first thing is, we sit down, we should be having conversations. And this will bring everything out of these kids. Whatever it is, then there's some things that I might not be able to say here, because it's a social where I love to be an advocate for other people, because I like to share stories that people can relate to. That way they can open up and seek help. Into me and family, but make it a day to find time, especially if I say events. Let's not forget these things. The moment you come home, have conversations with your children. how they've missed you, what has been going on with them in your absence. And no crany Ubianya perfect American parenting a juma it's a very tough job to be a parent. You can never do it all. But let's make these let's be intentional. Little efforts, be intentional and have converse with these children so we get to know them and let them know that we trust them. And no, also, let's not forget some kids also lie. Because last week, Papa, I'm about to just end this. For the past 3 weeks until our show, some particular small girl be school girl be see teacher ni bi anyam Am I pushia ne na na brewo bi na na ma me na no den no. Ma me no na no den ni na tam didie ni na no to this teacher or radio station ni so anim kwase o de go teacher ni so said da enyo no na nyem akwala. Maame di asemi gidigidi omo ba ante na ho no oka na maame naka na maame yaka na teacher ni naka na small girl ni so di teacher na tem teacher yi na no bia na teacher ni to ye die na mpa abofra na nye teacher ne ba ye bisa girl yo say ye teacher na hey ante na bisa say we sure ye teacher o see o swear heaven say ye teacher no. And then my Missy show no only for one of my girlfriends who watched the show tells me say abofra na ye wo no na ye ndie ne na kwala na abofra no obi akuno say akwala nse odidi o say sitan ye say akwala baby na ya ye ne die ne na ye hu say nye teacher ne ba wadi nkuno baby na wu afei nkotie mu a say sa sorry penny bi o sa sorry almost my goodness bi na ni akwala na nyem. But Papa, if you had watched this show, I think that it's still there. I'll send it to you. So we should say the nipa bitimi ka wo sisi so. Ehwe nyame anim di ntro. Ka esoro ka ntam. Ebodua but no nim sa asem a wo ka no oboa. Me hu adwene me akwala ketwa a small teenager. The way that girl lied. So some of these kids can also lie. Sometimes it's an influence from a penny bi obi so wa. Just say, I don't know, but it's not always the case to say the child is lying. But as we move forward, maybe we can dig a little deeper into these things to know when a child is lying, when the child is telling you the truth, when they are misinterpreting a nice gesture or whatnot for something else. Papa, I think I've spoken too much. When it comes to such topics, it's too sensitive for me, and I am sorry, but
yeah, but it's something that needs to be spoken about. That stuff that needs to be said. Some of the symptoms, the emotional symptoms that I found out, it includes, and I'm sure you guys have mentioned them in many diverse ways, but depression, anxiety, mood swings, and just like you both said, fear of certain places and certain people. When your child suddenly on person because certain people that they used to enjoy seeing them, they don't want to be in their presence, they don't want to go anywhere close to them. There are certain places that the child used to enjoy going to, like they always had. As soon as you mention, oh, we are going to so and so's house, they are so happy. All of a sudden, we are going to so and so's house, and I don't want to go, I'd rather stay home. It could be, and again, just like the lady said, we are not here saying that as soon as you see any of such symptoms or any of such behavior, your abuse gator should go up. We are not saying that. What we are saying is pay attention, because kids, especially in their preteens and their teens, they exhibit all kinds of behaviors. We are not saying any of these all of these behaviors connect to a child being sexually abused, but there could be a link. So it's up to you as a parent to decipher between a normal child growth. Like for instance, we all know me cousin Bia or Georgia. I can go to her house and stay there for like 3-4 days. She has at that time they were all teenagers. She had 3 teenage kids. For the 3 days, 4 days, 1 week that I'll be there, I'll probably see the kids like 2 or 3 times. One crow baby also. One crow baby.
Ana no normal. What should they with the
Sometimes I wonder, now where what's your ampa look at now that's a commons one. Hi uncle, how you doing? That's it. You are lucky you see them for the rest of the day. That's all you see, you get for the rest of the day. Like I could be in the house for 5 days and I'll barely see any of them. Meanwhile, their cars are outside. That means nobody has gone anywhere. And so we are not saying that necessarily mean anything, but it could be a sign that you should look out for. It could be something that you really want to be wary of. Don't take it for granted. Lady P, I see you, Baba. Ayana, welcome. You are the reason why we are speaking too much English today. You and other people that are watching us that might not understand what we are saying. So when you hear the mixture of just follow. Try. I know you are very smart. You can follow. So yeah, nka sɛ wohu bibi saa biara jump 911 no, but these are some of the symptoms. There could be certain changes in their personality or their behavior, certain like big oh okay. Yeah, problem coming. But anyway, for those of you who wanted to know who I was talking about, that's my big sister. She's the one I was referring to. I could go to her house, and I'm sure she's here. She would ascertain to what I'm saying. I could
No,
go to
Papa, it's
her
all
house and
teenagers
stay
though.
there
When
for
they get
5 days, and I'll
yeah.
see my nieces and my nephew maybe one time each. They are in the household. They haven't gone anywhere. Their cars are out there. They haven't moved anywhere. They are in the house. They just want to stay in their room. They only come out when they are hungry. I mean, hi uncle, boom, take their food and they're out. So I'm not saying the moment you see kids doing that automatically means something is going on. But sometimes there might be some extremities that you will want to pay attention to. And this is what we are trying to enlighten parents and guardians. When you see stuff like that now, Bombardiana, dig a little bit deeper. There's also he said they have low self-esteem or feeling they feel worthless about themselves. Whenever as a parent you see your preteen or a teen, see the focus is on preteen or teen because there's assumption that after 21 years there, you know how to, for the most part, you know how to control yourself a little better than the teenager. Okay, the hormonal period, baby are blessing. So now you have accepted who you are, whatever you are made up of, and all the good stuff. And after 21, you are good. Besides, at that time, when you make any decisions, it is believe that you are making it on your own fruition. You'll be an or force with you know what you are doing for the most part. But the pre-teens and the teens, they the funny thing is at that age they think they know it all. and that is the craziest part. They think they know it all. So now kind of but that is where, as a parent, I think you should be even more, on your guard. Sometimes, like we said earlier, these kids withdraw all of a sudden from friends, their own friends that they always want to play with, family, activities that they usually like being a part of. All of a sudden, they are no more interested. Whenever you see these patterns, please, parents and guardians, let's dig a little deeper. There's nothing wrong in digging deeper and finding nothing than doing nothing when you're supposed to dig deep. So there's absolutely nothing wrong in doing that. And again, like AJ said, whilst you are doing it, be careful not to make it seem like you don't trust them. You don't have any confidence in them at all. That could also be a big problem. So you need to use all kinds of subtle means to get the information, the useful or needed information that you need, and and guide them, because we've all been teenagers before. Most of the things that they will be doing, we've done before. But and PPA, like there's been a lot of changes from our teenage time to this current teenage time. Our teenage time, we didn't have so much information. We didn't have so much access to information like they do now. So they might be doing things that would seem super outrageous to you, because they'll be doing things that you were only thinking about in your mid to late 20s, because we didn't have that much information at our during our time to put ourselves on guard. But they do. They start. I was watching a video prior to this show. Some guy was saying that two guys actually were saying that they started watching porn at the age of 7. I mean, during our time, a 7-year-old, where would you have access to that? An average 7-year-old. You understand? But now it's common. It's easy. If you don't take care and you don't keep an eye on your 7-year-old, they lay hold on the wrong materials. All this information will be exposed to them. Exposure of this information is not even a big problem. It's the management, the understanding of the information, the management, and to how to decipher when to act upon this information. That is where the problem starts. And we should be very, very careful. The part that the lady said that really kind of got me startled is, how most parents, we keep talking about, I'm afraid on your affectionate to cry, either hug na we grant on pe hug. Why one kala hagen? One tia money hug. Oh, yeah, Tranado. And Ako also mentioned that sometimes we play with stuff like that, and they end up being very, very, very bad. If the child doesn't want to hug someone, leave them the heck alone. If they don't want to be all over somebody because everybody else is all over that person, leave them alone.
Papa, this, let me say this to most of you Ghanaian parents listening. It could be a personal thing, but that's an observation. I, for one, do not entertain like joke. Like meyere sadi bino. Uba besiaba. Nebi ubiyen. Is a mayero. Mayra, you know? That thing. Messiafo gets swayed by what we hear, usually. Girls of today, about 10, 11, 9, if I could go down to 9. But I started a warrior, brah. Their hormones are all over the place. All these unnecessary infatuations of liking people and all that, that's kicked in. Okay? Every child is different, though. Some you will never find them saying all these things. But some too, they are there, right? What I'm saying is be careful with these girls. That's your friends, your close friends, your the uncles and dams coming around and be doing, hey, mayor, you know, where mayor? Oh, mayor, my wife, come. Sad yibino. Sad yibino. My husband, a small boy, my husband, a small girl, mayor. Me, that is unacceptable. Those things, those are little things that could lead to it be touching your child. Okay? Don't be scared to have boundaries around your children. It's your job to protect them. If anybody feels angry about it, please let them go. They can go to hell. Excuse my French. And be me ba we na oya oba asa. But me no make it can send be nwa kwala na sum. The next minute me tena oni ni hihye baby na because again American moframa mesiama pii no. Dem nze me yanga say ye nyina ye nye moframa. When people do these things, sometimes we're not careful, it gets to you a little bit. So you can only imagine moframa how these things get to them, and some people or some of these coffee one wants an awkward extreme and how they can use this to do stuff to your child. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Let me ask.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
most of
know.
the Yankofum Missy Afupo, one away molest the Yemba. When you say these things, most of them, in fact, Papa no one time, and yen time in Yano, boys of Papa no say you want to know 1 second, maybe somewhere. They will all laugh about it. But it's not a joke. Only joke. Most of yen meaningful Papa no yesterday age 50, maybe up, down 40, 30 something, were molested by these aunties and mommy's friends, the house girls that lived in that house who were older than these boys. Watch one what wanted to want to woman wobu ba to pan for subia you do afraba undo them aging. Ghana ne yenyim dem nzemi. A lot of promiscuity and all that yanka de beyin but it should be what to mu dey do what touching wrong. For me to end this, let's just cast our mind back to R. Kelly. Period. I'll leave it like that. It's as simple as that. So sit there and joke
Okay.
to your son and say Onyeshi.
Madam Fubion,
Chime in with that.
she was introduced to, a kind of saying, me who we picture and who me fe, they started talking, omakasa for months. They're just distance apart. Enti, bema ya n'adwene sɛ ɔba bi hu madamfo yi. To ɔne madamfo no kasa wɔ video call saa na ne ba betwa mu. Ne ba betwa mu no. Obetwa mu, obegyina n'akyi. Nti no, basically ɔba video nim. Efi bɛrima no ano a, na wobɛyi deɛ. Na sɛ daakye me ne waware na makɔ abɔnten makɔboro nsa na maba na ɔda hɔ na meka sɛ ɛwɔ na me ne ne dɛ. Madamfo no si ɔne ne ɔka asɛ saa asɛm na ne so bi na ɔsɛ wosi dɛn ɛna repeat ɛna ɔsere na ɔsɛ wosi dɛn na ɔsɛ repeat 3 times owie na block no.
But I mean, sorry, metimi ayɛ no kakra.
Owie ya no block feel free owie ya no block no.
Idiot.
So So, um, again, like I said, there are some people listening now. They don't understand. If you
Okay.
can please read
What
the
I'm saying is
story
that
so that they
a
can help
friend.
insult
Okay,
the
a
person.
friend.
So does it mean
a
you
friend.
needed me to say mine in English too? Oh, sorry.
A
Please.
friend. A
Okay,
friend
I
was
will. I will. Wait.
introduced. A friend was introduced by another friend. So a guy and a male and a female, and they got to talking. They've known themselves for a while. They've been talking and doing all the lovey stuff. And then one day they were on a video call. And on the video call, her daughter came by to talk to the mom. So visually, the person could see the daughter. And he passed the comment and be like, "Hun, this your daughter. Oh my God, what if one day I go out and get so intoxicated and I come home and I mistake her for you and I sleep with her? What's going to happen?" So the girl paused for a
Was he
minute.
really waiting for an answer? Like,
I suppose.
okay.
So the girl pretended she did not hear what he said. He was like, "What do you mean? What did you say?" He repeated the same thing. She laughed and then went back again and said, "What did you say?" The guy repeated himself 3 times. And after the conversation, the girl blocked him till date. They're not speaking. Because how can you see my little daughter and then you'll be like, "Oh my goodness." So what if I go outside with Charlie, me, I go quaff when I come outside, I go mistake your daughter say it be you. I'm fat as hell. How you gonna mistake my daughter that is me? It's either you've been having all this vision in your head, or it's something that you're used to or something that you've done before. So it's an okay thing for you to do. How can you see a young little girl and say you're going to mistaken her for me, your woman, that probably I've laid with you for a while? Or if not, you've probably seen me naked. So you probably can imagine my body. Like, how does that even make sense? If it's not, what is your thought process? If it's not something that you're thinking about or something that you've done before, something you've imagined, or you have pedophilia tendency in you.
Hmm.
Like, ew.
So, I mean,
Some people,
this
some
is
people just like little kids. Well, Papa, you said I should. Okay, so to you who did not get what I said, I don't know where you're from, but back in Africa, maybe my mind is still. They go like, "Oh, that's my wife." They come to your house and start calling your little girl their wife, their husband, right? And be so nice to these kids, right? Even as adults, when somebody kind of gives you so much attention and be sweet talking you, it gets to your head. So how much more these little kids? And I was saying now, like in these days, the kids, girls in particular, from 9 upwards, some girls are already in their periods, okay? They're having their periods. So their emotions are all over the place. They're getting all these infatuations and whatnot. So imagine a friend, an uncle, calling this small girl of yours or a little boy, my husband, my wife, and it gets to their head. These are the that's what I'm saying. These are the little things that some of these sick, I'll call them sick because I'm sorry. These kind of topics, it gets to me, it gets to the inner me. So these sick people might end up effing your child before you know it. And I concluded by saying, R. Kelly, if any of you want to underestimate or undermine these kind of behaviors, R. Kelly suffered this thing. And with all that this boy has done in his life, look at where he ended up. Everybody is different. Some people, they end up being molesters themselves, pedophiles themselves. They touch kids because it was done to them. They think it's normal. So please do not entertain these things and go through all this hassle, struggle as an African mother or whatnot, wherever you're from, take care of a child, and there's some sick person messes up your child, that when they grow up, they start doing these things to other people, and maybe their molester got away with it, but your child might go to jail. I'm sorry. Let's not entertain these things. Let's pay attention. Me, it's a no for me. It's about, like, we are not going there. Don't call my child Megere and all that. My wife, my husband. Oh, come. That's what they do to kids. Our friends. I'm just going to be up it. Friends do these things a lot. Most of these young men as in papa's age down 40s, 50 something plus. It was these our mother's friends, the aunties next door, those house girls that they brought home that molested all these men, and they've turned them into something. Sometimes we don't even know who they are anymore. So please, let's not entertain that. And whenever you talk about these things with these men, they laugh about it. They think it's funny, but it's not. We tend to take these stuff with women serious, or the girl child serious than men. But boys also get molested, and they are going through it. So that's all I'm saying. I hope I've explained myself well
Okay.
enough, and it's well understood. It's just
Yeah, I think we get the point. Now, let me ask your um, opinion about this phenomena that I find a little concerning, but it's like something most parents get into lately. And
mm,
some of them are very comfortable with it, but I don't know. Um, Ekuya, this concept of sleepover, at what point or at what level should you feel okay, and what should make you sit up or be concerned about this sleepover thing? Who would you be comfortable with your child sleeping over at their house?
To be honest, it- both of my girls, mommy went to a sleepover. I think her whole entire life that she lived with me, I mean, till she turned 18. I think she's only been to 3 sleepovers, because my mom told us never allow my grandkids go to no sleepover, because a lot of things happen there, and I don't want anything happening to my grandkids. So at the back of my mind, I had that there, that anything at all could happen to my kids. Plus, being a single parent, I've had so much fear in me that no, no. I'm not gonna stand here and say I know for a fact at what point should you say it's good or it's enough or it's better. I can't, because personally, it was even hard for me. Even the younger one, when she wants on her birthdays, when she wants to do a hotel sleepover and all of that, I've only allowed that twice. And I said, that's it. It's not happening. And even as that, it was just a bunch of kids and then her sister and some friends. That even that, anything at all could have happened. What if her sister's friends are doing this and that to the kids? You know what I'm saying? So anything at all could happen. So for me, I'm not gonna sit here and say, okay, do it at this age, don't do it at that age. It could happen at any age. Don't encourage it.
Hmm.
Don't encourage it, because a lot of things happen that parents we don't know, even especially when our kids are 16, 17, 18, they go to house parties and they're drinking and smoking and all of that. Some of these things we don't even know. And all these things due to sleepovers. So I mean, don't encourage it. Don't encourage it unless you're going somewhere and then your friend or your daughter, I mean, whoever is comfortable where they're going. Even at that, I don't know. I don't know. I'm never comfortable. I'm never comfortable with that. But as to when, I would not be able to give you. No, I can't. I will not be. I can't give you age. But all I'm saying is don't encourage it. Don't.
Okay.
My mom made sure. My mom made sure all of us, all her grandkids here, be like, Some of them are what 30s, 30 plus, no sleepover. No.
Ako, your take on sleepovers?
This is a very dicey thing. You know, when kids get to a certain age and they go to school and they're hearing all the sleepovers, they want to try it, right?
Mhm.
So my oldest, I think, has been once when she was little. Um, since she's turned a teenager in her final year of high school, she's been twice. The little one, a few times, into a particular girl person of mine because she has three girls and a boy, and then she loves to go there twice. Or I think she's been there a few times. Honestly, I think sometimes when I have to travel, sometimes she just wanna go there so bad. But now it's like she's even stopped. She never comes to me and go, "Mommy, can I go and sleep over?" So I think it's a thing that every child wants to experience sometimes, and that as a mom, sometimes when your child wants something, they want to do something, they want to experience it, and you're saying no, and they are doing mommy please and all that. You feel bad because you want to give them everything. Honestly, I do not like it, but if you ask me if I've ever done it, yes, I have. For my son, no, he wouldn't even ask you if he can go for a sleepover, but the girls have. Um, is it okay? Yes and no. Sometimes it depends. Know who your son or your daughter is going to sleep over, whose house they're going. Have a conversation with them. Tell them if anybody touches them, whatnot. They should let you know. And all you can do is to pray to God that they come home safe from you, Papa. That's all I can say. But for me, let's think. Ikuya mentioned single mother. There's something I have promised myself that it's never going to happen. It's out of fear. You can call it that. I don't think I'm ever ready to bring any man in my house, like a permanent stay until all my kids leave home. You can call it whatever you want to call it. That's how much
Mm.
fear I have. Okay, I don't want anybody permanently in my home. I don't. So until my kids leave home, which of course, you know how old the last baby is. And so I know, yes, another 10, 20 years be or something. Everybody leaves home to go be by themselves. Then maybe we can think about somebody leaving with me or me moving in with someone. It's about if I mean my key, a lot of single mothers out there. If you see them single walking around, these are the low key. Could be why they don't even want to have that kind of relationship with anybody like that serious one or getting married. Because our girls, we fear for our girls. Seriously. I think most of the time we don't even care for the boys like that because we think they are all safe. But the girls, hell no. So, huh?
Well,
Papa, there, why do you know?
like I
That's
said,
true.
this topic was meant to be very ranchy, very edgy, but at the same time very very important for those of you who have not experienced any crazy, had any crazy experience in this nature with the Yamiasi. We pray that you keep getting protected. For those of you who, by no fault of yours or no fault of your kids, have experienced this, we feel very sorry for you. But We also hope that if you share your experience with other mothers and other people that might be watching, it will give them a good overview of things to look out for and some telltale signs that we should not ignore. Sometimes there are signs,
Hmm.
pre-event signs, but sometimes some of them just take you, will sweep you off by surprise. But there are some pre-event signs. If you pay attention, you'll be able to prevent some of this nonsense from happening. But all in all, let's just pay attention to our kids. Let's just be involved without being invasive, but let's be involved in their lives as much as possible. Let's give them the open door policy where they feel free and confident to come and talk to you about anything. The moment you do that, that is a big step in preventing some of this nonsense. Yes, there are some stupid, crazy people out there who, regardless of what you do, they will make an attempt on your child. But for the most part, the open door policy, the availability policy would give your kids a lot of confidence to come to you and tell you about everything. We give them the confidence to tell you about everything that happened in the bus every day, everything that happened in the class every day, everything that happened at the playground. When you do that, they are always in a rush to come home to tell you about their day. And by so doing, you can pick up on some of these things and help them out rather than shouting at them and making them feel like the bad people. And I know this is not a
Yeah.
typical
Hmm.
fun Ejamai show that we usually do, but every now and then we need to throw in some of these topics so that it keeps us all informed and ready and prepared for some of these eventualities. Um, it's already 12.
Maybe na but go radio.
Yeah, for radio
Okay.
now. Anyway, we are still on radio, so you can take us out real quick.
Ayo, any na etie for muni about Kosa Williams. Daavi B. Nkomo no aye heated. Emu aye hye. Enim se motie bebree we chire ho. But mumra Facebook any YouTube na yemfa nkomo no ento aso. Ha na yedi mbese ehobi se ne akeka matwotworo bi ato ho na moma yem protect yemma. Nkomo no moma ne nkoso. Na yɛnhwɛ yɛn mma no asetena mu yie. Yɛda mo ase da sɛ nnɛ yɛbɛsan ahyia bio yɛakra mo ɛwɔ radio so.
Okay, Pia, let's let the music play on the radio. In fact, the higher support the is basically because I have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. But having said all that, I'm still reminding everybody. Hey, Mr. Knight, I send a message. Please, please send me the flyer for the event that you guys are threatening me to attend.
No, I'm n'anwom.
I said, please send me details of the event. I just go
I can
threaten
knit. I surprise them and they I'm going to try to home sister beg for flyer. Hey,
I just I just got threatened to attend. So this is the event that we threatened Ankinate to attend. Now he has no option than to attend. The Lollycash High Life KT dinner dance coming off on the 19th. But I keep saying 18th because there's a pre-event show on the 18th. Trust me, you will not want to miss. Let me give you
this year
a tidbit.
may behave myself.
It is a mafa bouncer. And say no. Hey, I'm a bouncer and sign, Charlie.
I'm bounce
That lady walk her to her room.
Oh,
Make sure she
wow.
gets to her room
I
safely.
made the place fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Echo over my friend bouncer.
you
Bouncers
know about
and
bounce.
another
One
one of the bouncers. Gideon.
Juana,
Another.
Moina.
Ah, actually, Gideon will be one of the bouncers. I have a few people in mind. A Rasquez.
Gideon SM na
Yes,
Rasquez. Don't go
Rasquez
baby. Don't go baby any down the mushroom one.
will be one of the bouncers. So I have people in mind that I'll put them in charge. Now, one of the
Thank you. Thank you.
We're short. We're short. It went to my hand on a paddy or it's something. A career case, you know. On to me.
there's going to be a very beautiful event. Let me just give you a tidbit of what's going to happen on that Friday. So that Friday, there's going to be sip. Is it paint and sip or sip and paint? Whatever.
I bet to Miss Interior. Paint and
Here's
sip.
what we
Walk a sip of Vivia.
here's what we are going to do.
Nana no one see
Today,
people or your
I
problem.
will
Then they will
appreciate
sip.
day. Maybe I will not AJ. You sit facing everyone. So no starting for start to disrupt him. I will make sure you don't come to that event. As any starting for start to disrupt him.
No, ya same be so shall some benya butare. Oh, ya same
So
be maybe so there sipping.
yeah, if I'm on wine kakra. No, what to kakra now or draw.
Mama to
So
Tanzana,
how
Mama.
ABI, but how ABI, you sit face to face, you choose a partner or we'll choose one for you. You guys will sit face to face. You have your drawing board, everything, your paintbrush, your colors, everything in front of you. And see, now I will give you some time. And so I will say, AJ never for now. I will draw AJ. No, no, so I draw. If you are, now compare a
Yeah.
painting, now so
And
it's
I
going to
hear you drawing, we'll go in my so.
that's where your creativity comes in. But it's going to be fun. That's one of the activities I ever. There's
It
also
will
going to
be
be
creative, but I need drawing board also.
Lolly Cash Cupid connections. It's what
Huh?
it's
Huh?
mainly for the single people or for those who claim they are single. Again, we don't have time to
Yeah,
do.
we
I
are
am 10
here.
years of
Yeah,
Friday.
we are here. We are here.
We don't have time to do any investigation. So if you come and lie that you are single whilst you are not single, that's up to you. We will put you in. As soon as you say you are single, we'll put you in. And then we'll do the event. It's another very, very, very nice event. It's a preamble
Rome
to
says
some
in
series.
Rome.
Pacho, we said. It's a preamble to some series that will be airing very soon. And that is going to be, and then there are a few more, pick and act. There's going to be a whole lot of things that will keep the night rolling. If you know our timer, if you are straight to somewhere else,
MJ man.
this is somewhere else.
Open a monk
So,
what it's on them too.
so that is what is going to happen on the 18th, and then the 19th itself, the D-Day itself. That is when we have the dinner dance. Now, this dinner dance, if you have attended any of this event, I don't have to say much. If you haven't, I just want to let you know you have missed out a lot. So make sure you do not miss out on this one on the 19th. Our Hilton Hotel was Springfield. Damaging it, the same amount you've been charging. People are, if you go to like most events right now, 150, 200, 250, and you don't even get the value for your money. But this, you are guaranteed value for money. It's a night of glam and glitz and pechepe and everything. Okay, Yakunedusi, Aruba. Good, 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 good. All we want is for you to come up dressed up like Faoho. Take yourself. Don't leave anything. Oh, take yourself. All we want is a touch of kente. Even if it's earring, even if your kente is just earring, you are qualified to come. Madam, Masa, even if you don't have anything with kente on it, just come.
Oh dear bra keke.
What dear bra? What dear bra? Just come. But it would be nice to have a touch of kente on you And that is all we are asking for. Then after that, yeah, there'll be a few socializing here and there, but trust me. Hey, I didn't say night of clit.
Hmm?
So sure, you just say obie ni wo hwe adwumpapa wo ni tirimu ana den. I don't understand. Okay, so Abba said that what month? The month is the month of October, and the date is the Mami Adinfida.
October 19th weekend. That's it.
Yes, October 19th, 18th, and 19th. I want to hammer the 18th because if you miss obey your power, but 18th and 19th. Let's let's make this happen. Let's make it happen. I guarantee you, this is the mother of all events. This is event. Where you say event mu asante hene. Event de la event mu anaconda. What I say, like event mu weapons of mass destruction. Event mu election. Like any important thing that you can attach, put it in this event, and it applies. What I say. So let's meet up and have fun and enjoy. Abba, it's in Virginia. Ayana, I will be so happy if you can make it to this event. So start planning for it. It's only 2 months away. Exactly 2 months, actually. Exactly 2 months. Today, the 22nd. So in 2 months, by this time, we would have been relaxing from the madness. It's a lot of madness, like non-stop nonsense from Friday morning. Some of us even going on Thursday, but from Friday morning all the way through, my goodness. And so no, so now let's get ready for it. I think this will be a good time to bring our show to an end. Nah. Yenjo be our final words. Now, you keep coming in and out. So let me start with you before you go out. I don't even know if you were able to listen to the entire show. If you were kakra, what say you know, or contribution kakra one for my
contribution one is a visa for Mutia the Munas and share my and quite tree. You said that's no young Munia Tinkoma.
Okay. Ako, you're
Yo, any na etifo yadamase and mede we dem pese me kan twi me pamocho wa me nuanom Ghana titiru maamefo ne apapafo a ye ka se mu pay attention to mama no we na mesere se bi beja mo emfa wo ba chi nkohwehwe ne nneoma mu saa de no e kire se on trust nipa no de adwin bi hye wo betrim yesere se open up for conversations. Okay? Said the abofra no betimi de ne pe aka asem akyere wo. Ye wo su bi a ase sebe ewom se ye ma no mo but ye hye wo mo so because ye yawofo. Wo yawofo nso esese wankasa so set boundaries between wo ne wo ba. Sebe ebuo efiri pani ho na kwa abofra ho. There's a way to do it. Minya ya nka meka na little detail ma yenya adwen akoso because baby efiri no pani ni for. Nanso se wo se wo betete wo ba kuro yi mu a ese wotimi de balance to ho. Wontimi nkohwehwe obi nneoma mu. It is never right. Woni tumi bia se wo hwehwe obi nneoma mu because wo panioma ba mo no nka asem nkyerɛ wo. Wom sa wo for ho a wansa wa betimi a check but e ma ne nye wusu. Saa de no. E ma bofra nye wonni asawofo. Ohunu wo different. Iti nioma bebre bekoso na brabo mu a unhu da. Onte so da. Nye saa ne ye pe no. Iti kakra me di beja wono nyame yadom na adafo na se da senne ye ba nkomo no ye di from time to time e be kire ye ho nioma bi na nyame aye yadom ko sabi ye tu bata ya mase ye bebra to agu ti nyame nka ye nyina ye ho na onye yadom na yetimi ehwe ye mbeyi ya da mase.
Yes, yeah, that's bebre. But say a queer jewelry nka. Motsi another kunka kitwebi. Motsi Daavi B ansi sonka. If you ada nyame ya dom na wenkumi ene yeti nkomo a na say Yesu amma ya the variety night bebre. And some bebre wo ho. We'll do a little bit recap of this past weekend. Events of this past weekend. In fact, at the Abuze experience, because we didn't do a show the weekend before, no, we'll show a tidbit of what happened at both events. Organizers in Abaso. Baby, uncle, you see a Becca. Be a besho monkwe momo aye better no. Yabebo nina so ebebo so bo. Yadusubo ebebo. Mekai mo say so want to ticket for High Life Kintidi na dance na. Bombarding na je wo ticket na event way there emisa walo wala.
Na no wala.
To get your ticket, bet me after 703 828 7471 703 828 7471. Bet me after me so. Bet me after Capito. Bet me after AJ. Bet me after Akosia. To me after Dr. Pope. Anybody that is connected to High Life Radio, bet me actually how to get your ticket. Come on. Mumbrani NG ni na ya bre. Where you say for who na yen sumo. This is the only event I any VIP ticket. Na any normal ticket. Do you know why? Everybody is a VIP on that day. Obia and see Obia Sadano. Moba yen na yebe sum. Mumba peche. Just come and look pretty. There will be red carpet. There will be 360. There might be photo booth. There might be magazine photo booth. Ali bibi oho. Bejiweni. Found ho. Beju family na update to social media na pictures on social media na check crowd do da. Ma social media ya active kakra. Menye kama. Yede mu nyina mo a mo share mo a mo comment mo a mo like yede mu nyina say mo ni ho aye ni ho you may deal with you didn't over 10 years. Yes, for those of you who don't know, we've been having this show for almost more than 10 years actually, and we are still going. That tells you say we have substance, we have content, and we have very intelligent people behind the show. Before we been out try, and we are no more. It tells you a lot about the crew on this NkomohNkitnkiti show. Me pacho enyu boka kra na mwante minka bioa. I am the only sir on radio and the whole of the diaspora. The only sir, the only self-knighted sir. Sir Papa Abeeku, which was a friend with Feroz. Makram.